Welcome to the Body Science Podcast. As always, the information contained in this podcast is for the information purposes only and is not designed to diagnose or be prescriptive to treat, prevent, or manage any injury, disease, or other health-related condition.
Welcome to Body Science HQ, the world of fit, happy, healthy. And I've got Super Coach, the stretch coach in today. How are you, Hannah?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
Good. So Hannah has the joy of being the stretch coach at our family. Mm-hmm. Rocks up every Monday.
Stretching coach and trainer. With Bree as well.
You know, so I shouldn't say that. I'm just taking the stretching side. Yep. But you love your fitness journey, don't you?
Yes.
And we're here today to talk a little bit about you and a little bit about Butterfly Effect, which is a series of female-based, we're going to use the word CrossFit here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a competition. The owner, Rowena, and she has other people involved. If you've met Carly as well, they're beautiful ladies. They're very involved. They put their heart and soul into this competition. I did it a few years ago. I did it in the intermediate division with one of my great friends, Sarah, and it was incredible.
The intermediate division?
Yes.
What's going on with that?
I've only been doing CrossFit for a few years, so I think I'd only been doing it for a year and a half, maybe 2 years when I did this competition. And I think we ended up coming third. So that was really cool. We weren't expecting anything, but straight away I got an incredible vibe for the community. It's an all women's competition and you just go out there, you encourage each other, and it just felt so encouraging. It was amazing. So I'm so glad to be involved now.
I'm on
the mic. So I'll be at the competition. I'll be encouraging all the ladies. I'll be helping out where I can. And yeah, I'm on the microphone. I don't know why, but yeah.
I reckon it's because you sound American.
It makes me sound more professional, I think.
It does.
When I accentuate my
Have you thought about doing voiceovers?
I have.
Yeah.
So I also do videos for a fitness equipment company. I do YouTube, I guess you'd say, explanation videos of how to use equipment in your home gym or whether you have it in a commercial gym or whatever it is.
Gym and Fitness?
Yeah, Gym and Fitness, Force USA, and Stepper. So I'm also on 2 apps with them as well.
That's all that brands they roll, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So I'm used to speaking.
Shout out to the boys out there. They've looked after me for a long time. Massive fan of this.
Yeah.
So, Hannah, let's talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
So you own a box gym?
Yep.
Yep.
I guess going back who I am, if you haven't met me before, I'm originally a professional ballet dancer. So I was...
That's the stretch coach element?
Yes. I was with a company based in Mississippi in America. We toured to several countries around the world, which was incredible. So I was dancing at quite a high level.
How hard was that? Like, were you told what to eat, what to do?
Yeah.
Were you actually allowed to eat? I hear these terrible stories of cigarettes and coffee.
This is where it has all stemmed from. So I'm born in America, as you can hear the funny accent.
I thought you were Kiwi.
Yeah. But I did all of my ballet training here on the Gold Coast. And just like many other women, I had the experience of comparing myself to other people from a very young age, especially in ballet. You're in tights and leotards and you're told how you should look. Even from the point of view of looking in the mirror from someone next to you and you're thinking, oh, I need to get rid of this little tummy of mine, or, you know, my thighs look too big. I was told by my ballet teachers that I needed to lose weight. And this was comparing me as a mid-teenager to an 11-year-old. So that's always the mentality that I had throughout ballet. And it really affected me now that I look back. But now I have the perspective and understanding that it wasn't right and I can help other people. So I still taught ballet after I finished for a few years, and I was able to really try and have a good impact on the younger girls as well, which was really special.
What was the diet when you were running around the world?
When I was with the ballet company, it was a beautiful place. So I finished at a really healthy environment, which was good. But before that, I was always trying to think about how little I could eat. It wasn't the point of view that I have now that you need to fuel your body to perform. It was how little can I eat while still making it through my day, which was very unhealthy. It wasn't a good way of looking at things. I didn't know how to supplement my body the correct way. So nowadays I train so much I need extra supplements. I wish I knew how to do that back then, because it would have been so valuable as someone that was dancing for hours a day, performing on the weekends. I clean the studios just to pay my rent. So Yeah, it was hard, especially ballet. It's something where you're focusing on how you look, but that's not what I care about anymore.
Yeah, it's incredible strength, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mainly mental.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But Hannah's the type of person you can do the splits and people can grab your feet and lift you up. Like, you've got incredible strength from those years and years. Yep. Has that helped you in the CrossFit area?
Definitely. I get asked about how it's translated into CrossFit now because I compete at an advanced level. I'm not incredible, but I do my best because I come from performing at another high level. I want to give it my all. But having that flexibility and body awareness has really helped my CrossFit as well too. But it's funny because I was very flexible. Like, I was like a rubber band, which isn't good for the training I do now. So I've actually had to tighten up a little bit, but while staying mobile. So it's different from what most people need to do, but you need rigidity in the body while also having range of motion and strength.
Can you still walk around your toes?
Yes.
Wow.
Sure can. I'd show you now, but we're a little bit squished for space.
Yes. I don't think that'll work. Crazy though.
Maybe we'll cut it in after.
Go to video. So back to, just before finishing, you neglected to tell us the name of your gym. Yeah, is that a secret? The world's best kept secret?
Yes. So while me and my husband were overseas recently at a competition and visiting family, we were told that the owner closed down our CrossFit box. So he decided to close, and this was a shock to us.
It's been a tough couple of years for gyms, hasn't it? Yeah.
It's a hard industry, especially because the backbone of it is community. It's working with people. People can be difficult. People can be tricky. People have opinions. Never.
No. Client is always right.
So it got to a point where he was done, and, I respect him for it, but we saw a space where we could step in, and we asked to take over. So we've taken over the gym in a very short amount of time. I would not recommend doing it this way. It's been very stressful, but we have a passion for it. We love the people. We've been there almost since it opened, and we're in the process of rebranding, and we have our relaunch next week, which is very exciting.
Give us something, Hannah.
Should I say it?
This could become a business 101 session soon. I think it could be heading towards how to run a successful business.
Okay, so the name has gone from Electric Fitness. That is no more. And the new name is going to be Train Humble.
Humble. Wow.
I know.
Wow, that's close to home. That's gold.
Yeah. So humble is the main word that we're using.
How do you spell it?
HUMBL. Okay. No E.
Mm-hmm.
It just,
I like it.
Yeah. It rolls off the tongue. It's easy to say. And it's us. And our slogan is work hard, stay humble. And I feel like that's a great way to.
Hang on, did you say Train Humble?
Yes.
TH?
TH.
Wow, was there a little thing in that as well?
Yeah, it's meant to be. So my husband's name is Theo, and my name is Hannah, obviously. So we didn't realize till after we'd chosen the name that it's TH, which is pretty cool. So it was meant to be. Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's very exciting.
Yeah. Got any members yet?
Yeah. We got like mid-40, I think.
No?
Yeah.
So what are we going for?
100.
100.
Of course.
Let's get 100 members there.
Yeah.
In case I forget later on, how do people find you? Like, what's your Insta account?
My Instagram is Hannah Blair with 4 R's. My name is the Stretching Lady. I think that's kind of what I'm known for around here. I have my own business where I'm a PT and a stretching coach, and I love it. It's my passion, working with people one-on-one. And now I'm coaching at the gym too, which is really cool. And it's just been a lot of growth. I'm learning so much along the way, starting a business and a company which owns the business, all these crazy business things that I've never had to do before. But it's really fun. And I've got some awesome people around me, including Greg.
You've got some great clients. I've met them.
Yeah, right. The best.
Yeah. So, gym owner, competitor, coach.
Yeah.
MC. Influencer. You hate that word, don't you?
I'm not really passionate about
influencing,
putting myself out there. I'm passionate about sharing things that I'm passionate about. So whether that's a competition that I'm doing, the gym that I'm opening, whatever it is, I don't care that I'm the focus. So I guess that's why I'm not great at posting on social media. I don't like being like, look at me, look at what I'm doing. I'd rather be like, hey, look at this thing that I'm passionate about.
It's interesting too, because your husband is paid to create content for people.
My husband is literally creates world-class content. He was just at the CrossFit Games shooting for several brands. He was shooting for CrossFit Australia, which I'm so proud of him. He's come so far. But yeah, I think when it's your job.
Can I just business 101 again?
Yeah.
How about we just say the name of his business right now?
His business?
Yeah, or someone might want someone to create some content.
His Instagram profile is Theo JVR. He's kind of changed his business a few names, but he was calling himself Beyond Your Vision as well too. But yeah, he's incredible.
How do we find him? Because you confused me now.
Instagram is the easiest thing.
Yep.
Down below will be the links.
I love people doing businesses. So caught up on got to do the business. Forget to tell people what the business is called.
Yeah.
No, his content's great. That's why I thought you should try.
It is excellent.
You have no excuses not for good content.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Once we have the name, it's going to be a lot easier to promote the gym that we have with his content skills. Okay,
let's get back to the butterfly effect competition.
Let's do it.
You're emceeing it. What sucks, emceeing it or being in it? Do you when you're emceeing, are you also competing?
No.
That's what I meant by what sucks. Do you miss the fact you're not competing because you're emceeing?
I get a bit of FOMO.
Yeah.
I have to be totally honest. I love being out on the floor, especially in that team environment like the ladies from Body Science are going to be doing. It's a team of 3.
You're training them this year, aren't you, for the event?
I am training them. So we have...
They rock up every week. We lose it for an hour, run out going, where's, she's training.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
It's been really cool to help them along the way. We've had 4 weeks together already, so we're halfway through. But for me, I felt a lot of responsibility to get everyone on the same level. So I didn't want to throw them in the deep end and have them feel overwhelmed because stepping out on the competition floor can be very daunting. I wanted them to feel very comfortable with every movement that they have to do on the day, and we're easing into it slowly.
I love that.
Yeah.
How important is it for you in the butterfly effect to keep that MC role driving? Is it really, do you have to plan for this? Do you have to learn who's competing? Do you have to understand what's coming next? Do you do a lot of work? I've never been an MC in an event. Like, is it very difficult?
I know one of the most highly esteemed MCs on the Gold Coast, and he travels all around the world to all the competitions. He does his research. He knows all the teams' names, their origins, when they started CrossFit, like all the different things. For us, it's not that. It's the driver isn't the competitiveness. So we don't need to know the stats of the competitors. We can see that they're, lifting a certain weight, or maybe I can ask them a few questions before they go out onto the floor. But another thing that's good is I've been in the industry for a few years. Yeah. I go to all the competitions and I recognize 80% of the people now. So I can be like, my friend Talia is lifting 80 kilos. Everyone cheer her on. So once you have that repetition of being at the competitions, it feels more organic. And every competition that I am on the microphone, it feels more and more natural each time.
And how did you link up with Rowena and the team? I know you did the event, but how did you become MC?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
You don't?
Theo shoots all of the butterfly effect competitions. Yeah. So he...
Do you do the Trinity, the other branch he's got?
Yeah. I've MC'd at Trinity. I've competed at Trinity as well too.
Yeah.
And I think Rowena just asked me once because she knew that I did videos for fitness equipment. She heard that I could speak on a microphone. So she asked me and it went really well. We collaborated well together, and it also helped her a lot because she was doing them all on her own.
Yeah.
You don't get a bathroom break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hardcore. So how long does an event what's a day look like?
Generally, you have to be there quite early. So 6 a.m., maybe even earlier than that. You set up a tent if you have a tent, or maybe you don't need to at the facility. Then you usually get briefed. You're told the safety precautions, exits, bathrooms, if you need help, where the medics are, all of those things. And then usually you get a timeline. They generally start about 7:30. There's heats. There's usually a 1 hour gap in the middle if they have the time for it. And then they generally finish around 3:34. They give out the prizes, the medals, the encouragements, and then Sometimes there's an after party, which is fun. Sometimes it's like go home, rest, and you're just on a high for the rest of the weekend or whatever it is.
So how many times a day would someone compete at the butterfly?
Generally, if it's a one-day competition, it's 4 to 5.
Wow, okay.
Yes, 4 to 5 events. I've done 2 and 3 day competitions before, and generally you do 2 to 3 a day then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done one where I did 5 and 5, and that was way too much. 2 days back to back.
Wow, that's big, isn't it?
Yeah, that was too much.
So are you, in the prepping of the girls who work that have chosen out, what are you doing with them? Like you said, you're working 8 weeks out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've talked about integration and you've said all the nice things. What are you actually doing to them?
Okay, so the first week that they came, I was taking notes of where everyone was at. So we did a very simple workout so I could get an idea of their baseline. From there, I'm building slowly each week to week. So I made sure that everyone could squat correctly, everyone could press overhead correctly, everyone could pick up a barbell correctly. Then from there, we're working on skills. So one of the skills is knee raises, and another one is a clean, because there's an event where you have to do a 1 rep, a 2 rep, or a 3 rep max clean. And those are probably the 2 movements that people are most worried about, because it is more of a skill rather than
If
fitness.
you've never done that before, that's
exactly. Yeah. And all of
How
the
do the
ladies,
girls go?
all of the ladies are getting heaps more comfortable getting up onto the rig to lift their knees. And I'm teaching them the fundamentals of how to actually move through space with the barbell up to the shoulders as well too. So everyone's getting better and better each week. I'm also being a little bit more strict on them. So if once we get to the workout portion, so we usually do a warm up, a strength or technique, and then we do a workout. When they're doing the workout now, I'm actually calling them no reps. So if they do something where on the day it's supposed to be synchro and it's not in synchro, I tell them no rep. They have to repeat the rep before they can continue moving on. So if we were just
judgy,
yeah, if we weren't preparing for a competition, I wouldn't do that. But they have to expect that level of accountability on the day by the judges.
So the elite division at the butterfly, how many weeks out would they be prepping for the actual event itself?
The thing with CrossFit is if you're training, you're always preparing.
I get that, but you know the workout before you get there, though.
Yes,
you
you do. Yeah. You would, especially in a team event, I would always recommend practicing the workouts with the team. You don't need to be training and doing a whole bunch of different things unless there's something really specific like swimming or running. If it is just a workout, you just need to figure out who's doing what, practice it a few times, and you'll be good to go on the day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, what, a couple of months out?
No, like a few weeks out.
Yeah, just pull the team together and have a go.
Because if you're training regularly, you're conditioned, you're ready for it already. You just need to make sure that everyone knows what they're doing on the day, because it is more logistics than anything in a team environment.
So you're putting a train up every week on your Insta, every day, sorry, I should say. Are you having any recovery days these days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm training less than ever right now, and I'm still getting stronger, which is crazy, especially with taking over this business. I've had high stress, little sleep, not amazing food, but I'm still training when I can.
You're ready for motherhood.
No,
that's like a warm-up.
I've got 2 dogs and 2 businesses, so I'm ready, right?
You're ready. Game on. And stupid question, but do you taper around CrossFit events?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another
That's
thing.
just a personal dumb question I need to ask.
Yeah. It's usually only the week lead up. You just lower your volume. Volume only has to do with the amount of weight you're lifting. So you don't want to be maxing out. If you're doing a workout with very high reps and high volume, that's going to stress the body. So that more has to do with like your cortisol levels, your stress, your sleep, everything. It can affect your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your central nervous system. That's what I'm talking about. In the days lead up to a competition, you can rest maybe 2 days before. The day before, you actually don't want to do nothing because your body's not primed. You want to get the blood flowing. You want to get your heart rate elevated. So you want to do something that doesn't involve too much volume or load, which means weight, but you want to do something that gets your heart pumping and your body moving.
So when you're coaching people around an event, are you changing the way they're eating, the calories they're consuming?
Especially with something like this, it's a lifestyle. So whatever works best for you, you just want to make sure you're fueling your body. Just because you're leading up to a competition doesn't mean you do need to do anything else crazy. On the day of competition, it is very hard to eat. I won't deny that, but you need to try and just eat as much as you can. If I am doing a very high level competition and I'm training twice a day, that's when I will need to change my diet and eat a lot more food. But for a regular person, you're doing this for fun, for the lifestyle. You're not doing this to try and win the titles and, beat everyone else. That's not what it's about. So you just want to have fun. You want to do what feels good for your body, and you want to get out there and encourage everyone else.
Yeah, that's nice. Well said. So anyone out there who hasn't done a butterfly effect event before, how hard is it for them to walk in the first time and actually be at the event and feel like they're part of the family and move forward? Because it's hard to walk into a gym if you're not used to going to a gym. It can be daunting to walk into a gym. Yeah. And like me, I train from at home all the time. Yeah. I go to the gym with Taj occasionally and walk in, it's a different feel.
It definitely is.
It's like everyone looks up, you get the look.
It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced, you're going to feel those nerves, but you need to also be prepared. Even as a beginner, it is challenging. You're doing movements that maybe you haven't done before. Like I said, the knee raises. You need to actually train for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend anyone just walking in off the street and giving it a go, because it's also dangerous. You want to be prepared. You want to.
How many knee raises are we talking about?
There's a few. I forget exactly how many. It's different in each division.
People wouldn't even be able to hang there holding onto the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, you can split them up in this competition. So you can jump up, you can do 5 reps, you can jump up, do another 5. I believe the number is 21 at a time, but we've been practicing them. So the ladies know how to get up onto the bar now. They know they can jump down and jump up. But as long as you've practiced it before, you have a coach that's helping you, it's a great time.
Yes, it sounds like a great time. So if somebody's interested in, I'll get back to my original question, starting their first event, Butterfly Effect is, like you said, a beautiful event run by beautiful people. It is aimed at females.
Yeah.
So if it's safety you're looking for from that perspective, that's a great walk-in versus a traditional competition. So how do people know what they need to do leading into like a Butterfly Effect event? Do you run some programs through them that people can see, or is there's no specific way that you're told how to lead up to an event? Okay.
If you're going to you ideally want to be going to at least a functional gym or a CrossFit gym. Functional, they're everywhere now. You will be able to get the correct help that you need doing all of these movements. So
get a coach.
Get a coach, have a trainer, get someone.
What does cost these days for a beginner? $100?
You don't even need it to be one-on-one. If it's a group like we're doing, it's a lot more cost effective because the cost is split. Yeah. But if you just have a gym membership at a functional gym or a CrossFit gym, it's between $50-$60 a week. You can go to up to 6 classes a week. You're getting great value. But you just need to make sure they're a good coach. So if you're not feeling like you're getting coached, that's an issue. But you could also just mention it to the person and they'll be able to help. Be like, hey, I want to do this competition. It's in 3 months' time. Can you help me build up some strength or volume or learn these movements? But as long as you're showing up to the classes, eventually you're going to learn all of the movements that you need to. Before I even did my first competition, I had been training before, so I knew how to do a pull-up. I knew how to run 400 meters. I knew how to, do all of the things, toes to bar, wall balls, box jumps. There's so many things that you can learn. That's why I wouldn't recommend someone just walking in off the street. If you've been training somewhere for 6 months or so, you should know how to do all of the movements already.
Yeah, okay. Good advice. So anyone out there that's looking for an event to do, and Hannah will be there to greet you as you walk in.
Yep.
Butterfly Effect.
Yeah, it'll be amazing. It's going to be so much fun. It's always encouraging, uplifting. You feel so encouraged after. It's
really cool. And we get to hear you on the mic all day.
Gosh, sorry.
So a little bit more about, just finish up for your business. I just want to say I've been stretching with you for 4 or 5 months now. Probably longer.
Longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I can almost touch my toes.
Yep. We've been in and out of injury a few times.
I have been so injury loaded. Yeah, I don't blame you for that, though.
It's a lot of management for us.
I blame being 55 years old for that.
And getting on.
We've had surgeries and a whole lot of things. It's been good.
Yeah.
No, I strongly recommend anyone who is out there that thinks that they could benefit from better mobility.
Mm-hmm.
You have been exceptional in that space, and I'm a massive fan. So if you want to find Hannah on Insta at
Hannah Blair with 4 R's, find it below.
BLAIRR.
Yeah.
Were you drinking when you did that?
I think I made it in grade 9, 8 or 9, whenever Instagram came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing back then, so I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
I think Hannah Blair with 1 R was taken, so I just kept adding until it was available.
Oh, until I allowed it. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I think that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy my stretch sessions. They're sensational. You are a great human. You've been with Body Science for years now.
Years.
As an athlete?
I don't know what I am. Influencer, athlete. I'm just out there training because I love training, and I boast about Body Science stuff. It's the best. And
you're a big consumer too.
Massive consumer. Yeah, I get all my friends on it. Everyone at the gym, I always recommend it. The supplements are the absolute best. And
okay, we're going to say your favorite product together at the same time. I think I know what it is. One. Oh, you can't say the new bars. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
MyCyton.
Nailed it. I just know. Like I was looking at the numbers the other day on MyCyton. I went, who's this athlete? Hannah. But then I look at the training you do. So it's a perfect product.
It's the best. I haven't used anything better on a competition day than MyCyton. And especially if I'm training quite a lot, not right now, but when I am, it's the bomb. It's got everything you need.
Creatine, carbs, fast carbs too, not muckaroos, straight in carbs, electrolytes. It's got magnesium added to it. It's got taurine.
It's just, I feel like everyone needs it. Yeah.
You know what I love about that product? I'm going to do a little MyCyton right now while we're here. Why not? A little free plug for the MyCyton. Back in 2003, we researched that product, and because I bought it to market because there was I think it was Muscle Tech in the US was doing great numbers. And so we did a version that was allowed in Australia because they were using like 10 grams of creatine. We weren't allowed to do that. So I bought the product to market, and then a researcher, Shane Rogerson, came to me and said, I want to research your MyCyton. And I've gone, this is like year 2003. So we started in 99. So this is early in the path. I've gone, wow, university research, that sounds cool. What does that mean? He goes, you got to help me fund it. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's going to be hard. I'm like 3 years old as a brand. You know, we haven't sold any of this stuff yet. And he's like, mate, I honestly think you're going to get a good result. I've gone, great. Because then I looked at the other research of the other brand, and they compared theirs to sugar. So like they do you're drinking 2 drinks, you don't know which one you're drinking. Yeah. And so that was sugar, and then they had their product, and the results were great. Okay. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's got to be better than sugar strength and all that. It's got sugar in it. How we're going to nail this. He goes, no, I actually want to research it versus standard creatine. Well, that's what I thought. Hey, that's real. This is now, does this product actually work or not? You know, like, is this product real? So I got the money to fund the research, part of it. Shane's university at Southern Cross at the time was a sport. They were heavily into sport research, and there wasn't a lot of sports nutrition back then, so it was a really exciting thing. We did triangle at the same time, just quietly. But going back to the MyCyton, so we did the study. We did a 7-day study because it's hard. You got to control food, people, what they're doing, and it's really hard to build a population that. So we had a creatine group and a MyCyton group, and the results are really interesting. Like, creatine has only 80% of people respond to creatine. And that's in a lot of published research. We're the same thing. Our creatine group, the pure creatine, which was the same creatine that was in MyCyton, only 80% of people responded to it. The MyCyton group had 100% of people respond. Wow. So I can guarantee you that it works. Okay. The second thing that came back is they bench more, the MyCyton group bench more than the creatine group, the mycelium group had a bigger chest at the end of it than the creatine group and bicep. And the really cool thing, the mycelium group put on an average of 4 kilos in 6 days. They both took the same amount of creatine, like the creatine group and the mycelium group were leveled out at exactly the same amount of creatine. There's a lot more mycelium because it's a bigger serve, but the creatine was exactly the same at 20 grams a day. The mycelium group put on an average of 4 kilos in 6 days and lost no speed in sprinting.
Wow.
So they were 4 kilos heavier and just as fast.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's cool research. I mean,
Cool.
mycelium is a great product.
Yeah,
like it's
it really is.
I'm not going to talk it up like it's a rocket ship. It's really simple. It transports that creatine to where it needs to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas creatine gets caught up in a whole lot of other processes, and obviously for 20% of people, it doesn't get there.
Yeah.
So
the thing I get asked a lot by my clients or people at the gym, especially, what products that they should get, if they should get anything, especially when it's someone new to the industry or new to the gym. And I say protein, creatine. It's two of the most highly researched things, especially that we're talking about this women's competition. It's super important for women. We want to be able to maintain as much lean mass as we can. This is important for everyone, especially as we get older. Creatine
especially getting older.
Yeah. Creatine is a staple for me. I have it every single day just to serve. A lot of people are worried about the water retention, but that isn't
inside the muscle though. It's not
exactly.
It's not like, geez, I've been on the piss, I feel a little bit how you going.
Yeah.
It's not like it's
people
different.
Don't like, especially if you're standing on a scale every day, they don't like to see the scale.
Oh, you're going to go up on creatine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that t-shirt's going to get a little bit tighter too. Yeah. Things are going to look good.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be able to increase and maintain muscle as long as you possibly can. And that's a big thing that I talk to women about. When you start strength training, you're going to gain weight because you're gaining muscle. But even though you're looking more toned, I don't generally like using that word, you're shrinking because you're losing your body fat percentage as well too. People are really afraid, especially women, of gaining too much muscle, but it's very hard unless you're super intentional. I've been trying for years and I'm still, look at me. I'm trying to actively gain muscle and it's freaking challenging.
Well, that's a fair set of shoulders if you ask me. I don't think you're doing too bad.
But if I've been actively trying, that's my point that I'm trying to say. Women are afraid of gaining muscle, but it's a lot harder than you think. So
muscle is the key to longevity.
That's it. Muscle and mobility.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a stretch coach for what? And mobility.
And mindfulness, the 3 M's.
Yes, that's true. Oh, she's just created her new system. Look for her ebook soon. That's good. Well, that's a great mycelium plug. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm a fan because I can actually look people in the face and say that's published research. That is truth.
Yeah. The mycelium is a product with a lot of different ingredients in it. Creatine is a standalone 100% creatine.
Whereas mycelium has that 100% creatine, and then it has carbohydrates that help transport it. Imagine you've been out of surgery, you're new to the Goldie, you've been in surface. You know, it's like when they close the clubs and say everyone out, you got to get the people out. So they all go to their taxis and get in taxis and they disperse Surface Paradise. That's what a transporter does. Just transports people out of Surface Paradise. Yep. Get out as fast as you can. Nothing good happens if it doesn't get out. But it's got other things in there like we put magnesium in there for a reason. There's 4 electrolytes in there for a reason. There's glycine in there for a reason. And it's flavored. It tastes like sports drink. Yeah, it's really, really easy to drink.
Whereas 100% creatine, it's a white powder. You don't taste it all. So it
tastes like aspirin.
If you put it in something, you don't even know it's in there. So it's literally a no-brainer. You can put it in your smoothies. I put it in my oats every single morning. You can put it in water if you want. It doesn't matter because you don't taste it. So it's like, why would you not?
Just make sure your oats aren't too hot because we don't want to heat it.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah. Do you remember when you walk up to a place before COVID, there used to be straws that sat in something? If you grabbed all those straws and looked at them, that's what it's like if you cut a muscle in half. Mm-hmm. So imagine you're holding all those straws. The water is going into there, inside the muscle. It's not sitting on the outside of you. That's why the transport is, it pulls the water. That's why when you drink mycelium, you drink with 600 mils of water because it pulls water into that muscle. So that's the effect of it. And then what you're doing it and while your muscle has that water in it, you're now causing micro tears and repair and recovery all the time at that level. So you're slowly building that physique you're looking for. Mm-hmm. You will lose the water side when you go off creatine, but you also got to look at things like if you're a tradie or whatever too, that's really good hydration. Like you're hydrated. Like if you're out all day hammering and nailing, lifting and doing what tradies are doing 8-hour workouts, mycite is absolutely sensational for a tradie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like and just talk about hydration because it's pulling the water. You're not just pissing it out. It's pulling it into the muscle.
But it's only for a short amount of time that your body does get that fullness in the muscle. Your body adapts to it over time and you won't feel that way long term. Like after you've been taking it for a few weeks or a few months, you won't have that same feeling. So it's more of a adaptation process.
Yeah, you don't get that feeling of when you do the 6-day load that we did at the university, you're 4 kilos heavier. You feel your skin going, oh my God, I feel like Hulk. That's what the response was like. But you can do the 6-day load or you can do the slow 30-day, which will get you to the same level, but just slower. Some people just want to get there and maintain, roll what they do, go off, go back on, repeat, go back on, repeat. It's not body fat, so it's not classified as fat. No. You're not getting fat, are you? Putting on lean muscle.
Moral of the story, don't worry about the scales. That's what I tell all my clients, especially. I work with heaps of ladies one-on-one. I train them and I'm like, don't worry about the scales at all. That's not the important part. It's about how you feel, how you perform, how you're able to get through your work day, whatever it is. If you have kids, mentally, how you can manage stress in your life. These are the important things, not the number on the scale. For me, I jump on the scale maybe once a month just to see if I'm eating enough. If I'm maintaining weight, I'm like, cool.
But you go the other way, don't you?
I go the other way
where
if I'm stressed, I'm busy, I don't eat enough food. So I hop on a scale just to see if I'm either losing, maintaining or gaining. If I'm gaining, that's good for me. I'm happy about that. But it's just to know where you're at, not a daily thing, not even a weekly thing. For some people, maybe weekly or fortnightly max.
Game on.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Hannah. It's really nice having you on. And that's an exceptionally good MySite Nat.
Yeah, great.
Appreciate that. Good channel of creatine. Creatine's doing so much more now in the cognitive side as well. It's being looked at for some older age diseases. It's actually probably the most exciting supplement around at the moment.
Yeah. Can't go wrong. Zero.
When I first started, VC, like we're talking 25 years ago.
25 this year, isn't it?
Creatine was hundreds of dollars a kilo. Hundreds. And it was like sugar. It was like the shit hurt. Like when you drank it, it hurt. You could feel it going through you. But yeah, now it's such a beautiful, clean.
Very accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very clean products.
And for those out there worried about taking, there's a lot of people who haven't used creatine before. I'm just going to plug BSC because that's the brand that I created and founded, but I can tell you that we send ours out to a third party to get tested for purity.
Yeah.
So there's no bullshit now. It is a straight, clean creatine. Most brands don't do it because it costs money. And also, if we fail a purity test, we can't sell it. We got to throw it in the bin. Yeah. So yeah, we sort of can guarantee we've got the cleanest creatine on the market.
It's the best. Highly recommend.
Get on board.